What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel with your host that does the absolute most, Evan Youngblood Williams here. And so in today's video, what we're going to be talking about today is the Gamma Females and the Female Personality Traits 101 series. And so before we get started with the video, I'm going to ask that you guys go ahead and click the like button, and so we can go ahead and boost this up the algorithm, and so we can go ahead and reach more people and add more value to them as a result, and that helps out the channel a whole bunch. So I would appreciate it if you guys would go ahead and do that real quick. And also, make sure to go ahead, if you're brand spanking new to the channel, to click that subscribe button and hit that bell right next to it so you get notified every single Friday that I upload these videos. And so without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first trait of a Gamma female is she's known as the Relentless Rebel. And they rebel not with the cause, but to feel this sense of superiority, right? Because a lot of Gamma females feel like, a lot of people in society are beneath her, and she has this great disdain for authority figures. So she rebels hardcore to get all of this attention from other people just so, she can make herself known out there and to feel relevant. And, another thing about, the Gamma female is that they have a hard time accepting criticism because of their super rebellious nature, and they use that as a means of, deeply rebelling against them and just doing all of this wild stuff just to feel like, they need attention and to get, and to be relevant, so to speak. All right. So moving on to the next point. So another trait of a Gamma female is that she is a thrill seeker. So pretty much anything that, gets her adrenaline rushing and, and gives her that sense of thrill and danger, she's all for it. She's gonna take everything over the top because that's how she lives her life, over the top. And so she feels like she has to do all of this stuff to command other people's attention as well. And, other people around her just feel extremely uncomfortable simply because, I'm not gonna say the average person, but a person with common sense would know when to stop, because they realize there's a difference between bravery and stupidity. And I'm not saying that Gamma females are stupid. I'm just saying that the quote unquote normal person has common sense, and they know when to call something off and to not take a risk, because just like in poker, you have to know when to fold your cards sometimes. And a lot of times Gamma females don't want to do that because, they're seeking these superficial thrills, so to speak, just so they can overcompensate for, the boredom that they feel in their lives. And so they also do this to prove themselves different from the crowd by just doing all of these extreme stunts and participating in all of these thrills. So with that being said, moving on to the next point. So another trait of a Gamma female is that they are chronically dishonest with themselves. And because they are chronically dishonest with themselves, they tend to be chronically dishonest with other people, and this makes them untrustworthy in the long run. And they're gonna have a hard time maintaining relationships of all calibers, simply because they just keep lying to themselves over and over and over again. They keep justifying this distorted reality that they live in as being normal and righteous, and they think that they're doing the right thing when in actuality they're not. They're causing harm to themselves and to other people a lot of the times because of their chronic dishonesty, and because they just have this warped mindset on this reality as a whole and in treating people. And they think because they have this rebellious nature that all of a sudden makes them cool and hip and right with everybody But really, it comes from a place of being unhealed within themselves. And, them being unhealed within themselves, causes them to have this symptom in the first place, because a person that's healed within themselves, they're brutally honest with themselves about their shortcomings and about, the way that they've been living life, and whether or not they've been their best selves or not. And gamma females are the exact opposite of that, and they think that they're in the right all the time, and they have this delusional mindset about themselves, and they think that they're very righteous, when in actuality, their lives are filled with a lot of chaos and dysfunction, and they just do a lot of off the wall stuff, which makes people just scratch their heads all over, like, I mean, I don't think I want to be around this individual, because yeah, they just got way too much BS going on, and because you're chronically dishonest with yourself, this stunts your growth and keeps you stuck in a vicious cycle of dysfunction. And you know that saying that the truth shall set you free. Well, gamma females are as dishonest as they come, and so it's not going to help them grow in the long run and keep them stuck in this vicious cycle of constant dysfunction and chaos, like I said. So, with that being said, we are moving on to the next point, baby. Guys, so another standout trait of a gamma female is that they suffer a lot from mental health issues. And the mental health issues that they suffer a lot from, a lot of times, is bipolar disorder and antisocial personality disorder. And because they suffer from these mental health issues, it causes them to live these very radical, wild lives. So the first thing I can think about with this point is the Joker. Even though he's a man, obviously, I just wanted to bring him up because he suffers from this very condition that that I'm mentioning right now, and it causes him to commit all of these crimes and to do all of these hurtful things to other people, and pretty much feels no remorse. And so basically, a person who suffers from antisocial personality disorders, that they feel no remorse when they hurt somebody else, and it tends to lead them to like being numb to everybody and everything. And so with that being said, moving on to the next point, guys. So the very last trait of a gamma female is that they tend to lean towards a life of crime, and this means that if they don't work on dealing with their issues and working to change their ways, and getting treatment for the mental health issues they may be going through, then they're at risk for committing serious crimes. Because a lot of people who have like issues, whether it be mental, spiritual, emotional, it causes them to act out in these heinous ways if left untreated for a very long time. And one of the traits or the disorders that gamma females suffer a lot from is antisocial personality disorder, which basically means it's a mental disorder in which a person consistently shows no regard for right and wrong and ignores the rights and the feelings of others. And the people who have antisocial personality disorder tend to antagonize, manipulate, or treat others harshly with callous indifference. And they show no guilt or remorse for their behavior. And so, a lot of the times, the gamma females rebel, it's at the expense of others, and they don't care who they hurt along their path, as long as they get their way, and they, and as long as they can keep up this facade, if you will, that they've created in their own minds. And so, there is treatment for it. And unfortunately, this personality disorder is, common in America. They say about 200,000 people every year, have this condition. And so just know that that healing is possible if you do take the time to go ahead and do it on yourself. And also another thing, about Gamma females is that, they are egotistical, self-entitled, and deviant. And also, the social group that they fit in is with other criminals, anarchists, and gangs. So they're pretty much just going to be living, the radical lifestyle that, most people would fear to do, because, they simply feel like they have a point to prove to everybody, and they feel like everybody in society is stamping all over them and is stopping them from succeeding and being their authentic self, when the point couldn't be farther from the truth. Because the fact of the matter is that, you are in control of what you attract in your reality and the feelings that you have inside. So you can't really blame anybody else for the feelings that you have on the inside. And so with that being said, I am going to go ahead and wrap up the video right here and say thank you for watching from beginning to end. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit that bell right next to it, so you get notified every single Friday that we upload videos on this channel. Also, make sure to go ahead and smash the hell out of that like button so that we can go ahead and boost this video up in the algorithms and, help other people discover this content that can also help them along the way. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to go ahead and copy some merch by clicking the link in the description below. And also, if you have been a long-time subscriber to my channel, I do have a private Facebook group exclusive to my subscribers. So make sure to go ahead and join up, and I can go ahead and accept you in the group. And if you guys haven't claimed your free gift yet, go ahead and click the description below to claim your free guided meditation and go ahead and listen to it. It'll transform your life from the inside out. And also make sure to go ahead and share this video on any and all of your social media platforms and with your friends and family who you think will benefit from this. And also, peace in and out, the highest vibe.